Speaking of Dota, segue. I have nothing. So we're just going to segue
It was
out
a
of
nice
here really
try.
awkwardly. No, it's fine. Brian,
What's up?
the Forseer's contract / Nemesis Assassin event has been going on in Dota.
Still going.
We haven't really talked about it on the show. We just mentioned that I think last time that Oracle was
It was
coming.
like an hour before. It was an hour before all that stuff got
That's
released
right.
that we podcasted.
So we haven't had time to talk about this. I was going to write something about it last week, and then ultimately didn't because I wanted to spend more time playing with the Nemesis Assassin event. Give me a rundown of
spent a lot of time doing
what this
that.
event is, why you've been so hooked on it, and then we'll get into why we think it's kind of problematic.
All right. TLDR version.
Yeah.
Valve introduced a new hero, and to kind of put the lore in there, it's called Oracle. It's like an int hero that does a bunch of crazy stuff. And
Super OP.
As part of the lore, it's
So
like,
dumb.
hey,
It's great.
he's like a time being.
He can see
like
through
see the
time.
future, and he's like, hey, Phantom Assassin, who's this hero who's already in the game. He's like, hey, I can see all these people who are gonna come kill me, so like I'm gonna hire you to kill them first for me. And so now that's part of the game where if someone on your game picks PA, and someone will pick PA because that's how this game is going right now.
There's no world in which you spawn into a match, and the loaders are coming in, and somebody doesn't go, Arcana?
Yep. Quick heads up, PA is like a super hard carry who can crit you for easily like
She's
1 point
insanely
DK
powerful,
damage.
very mobile. She evades attacks.
Yep.
She's
You have to build
a literal
an item
nightmare.
that stops her evasion. She's just the worst sometimes. And if you're one of the heroes who the Oracle currently has like a hit out on, a contract starts as the game opens and it says, hey, PA must kill this person or this person must kill PA first to complete the contract. And then you must win the game to receive like extra
So
prizes
essentially,
and
it
stuff.
adds an objective to Dota. Like you mentioned, like this symmetrical design of Dota, where both teams have the exact same goal. This makes that not the case because what that does is, if Brian's playing Phantom Assassin, somebody on our team playing against him will pick like Weaver or Bloodseeker or Techies or whoever's on the list today because we think that's a viable strategy, and suddenly it's not even the meta, but it's like the direct objective suddenly becomes get the kill first. Don't worry about your lanes. Don't worry about towers. Get the contract.
That's interesting. That's actually really cool. Does the contract, let's say you complete that but you lose the game, is it still valid?
The
No.
contract does not go valid.
You have to
then.
win the contract and win the game. to
So
get the,
here's some things that's going on with this event that's sort of weird. First of all, one person on your team has to own this new PA Arcana set, which now it's like 20% off to start, but it's still like $20-some dollars.
really expensive.
Too much.
It's literally a
30. I thought it was
26.
30.
It's default 30.
Yeah,
It's a
that upsets
$30
me.
item set.
That upsets me.
That
one
changes
one
her-
person on 10 has to have it. It can be on the other team as well, but still, one person in 10 must have spent $30 on this item.
That upsets me.
So when a game starts, people will ask Arcana because they want to know, is this going to be a contract game or are we going to play some regular Dota? And if somebody says, yes, Arcana, somebody will pick Phantom Assassin.
So
This Oracle event is not about Oracle.
It's
It has
not at all.
nothing to do with the new character. It is entirely predicated on playing Phantom Assassin.
Huh. That's
is-
kind of weird.
Which is a
And
problem.
you need the
Doesn't-
set for it. You need the
Yes.
set to do it.
I love and hate this at the same time because this
Because
event
it's
is
a cool event.
the event is made for people like me who will spend a lot of money on Dota and play it a lot and who want to like level up my like items and equipment.
And when you-
I'm perfectly in the target
And
for
when
that.
we are playing with that mindset, when we are playing, let's get Brian some points. Let's get some assassinations and some contracts done so we can maybe get, because if you win your contract, you have like a 50-50 shot to get rare items.
In a full item set.
Full item set.
For
So
everyone
you
on
get-
your team.
You get like $7, $15, $30 item sets for just winning. And it's awesome. That's great. So you start playing and tailoring your team to getting that first kill. To
Right.
getting Brian that kill first.
Huh.
It's
like
cool and
we'll
it's
have
fun
the
to do that.
contract like I'm PA and the person is there and we'll like gank them and I'll have to be like
Don't get
attack.
the last
Like,
hit.
let me kill.
Let me get the last hit. I got
and
the
so
dagger.
like it's changing how people play and not necessarily for the better. Like
Yeah.
people, if I'm PA in the safe lane, I'm trying to farm and just get as big as I can really quickly. People
Bad
will
ganks
just
happen.
like
Bad plays
people will
happen
gank
all
you
the
way
time.
more than they normally would. And I mean, sure, it's not fun getting ganked, and so you're like, guys, like knock it off. But like, it's fine that they're playing that way. I don't mind it.
Yeah.
But it's just super. The event is very exclusive.
It's
That's my
It's-
problem.
not Dota.
That's my problem too. I hear people; they're always like, "Oh, Riot's money grub, and they're making you pay for champions. They're making you do
Yes.
all this." But now you're telling me you have to spend like $20 to $30 just to participate
or
in this
hope that
event,
someone in your
Yeah.
team,
or hope that
or
someone on your-
in your game has.
Yeah, you're opting in for, and this is like, I don't know. I mean, James makes the point. It's not Dota in that like it radically changes the way people play, but it also radically changes the way I consume Dota. Because the thing with Dota has always been every character is free. There are no intrusive microtransactions, and there's nothing in the game monetarily that affects gameplay. That is absolutely not the truth this week.
Yeah.
In the last 2 weeks, as this event has been going on, because what it means is this Arcana set, which I'm sure is selling gangbusters and making Valve a ton of money.
Oh yeah.
Because
Yeah, I'm sure
it's
they're
a
hearing
smart event.
our complaints of just wiping their
Yeah,
tears
yeah,
away
their
with
tears with
$100
cash, yeah.
bill. Yeah.
But it is now like, okay, this monetary item is affecting the way people play Dota. In addition to that, there's a predictive item. Like if you predict that you're going to win a match, you have to spend 79 cents on this item that allows you to predict whether or not you're going to win. And if you do that, you get items. So there's another layer of like, oh, you
almost gambling.
Do you pay 79 cents every time?
No, it's for one item. It gives you 5 guesses.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And it's like this is something that pops up in the beginning of every game saying predictions, and you're like,
I don't
oh,
have
will
a problem
click
with
this.
that thing at all.
I think it's dumb. I think it's intrusive to have it there saying prediction. It lights up and it's like saying, hey, you should click this because this is new.
That
and
it's an in-game
it's got
advertisement for a
pop-ups.
Valve thing.
Yes,
is
it
what
is
you're not
a
liking?
it's a banner ad in Dota.
Absolutely a
It's
banner ad.
terrible.
Oh, it's in the game.
It's in the game. It's the beginning of every match for every player.
That's upsetting.
And if you have the item, it's like, oh, cool, no
That
problem.
would be
I
a
predict
major
that we will
bummer.
win. Cool.
But if you click it, you'll buy it?
If you click it, it takes you to the store, and it's like, I want to play Dota. Get me out of the store.
Can you accidentally click it?
You can, and then
Conceivably,
you have
but-
to authorize.
Yeah, like
the
I haven't
transaction,
seen
all
what
that
this
stuff.
looks like or how it's implemented. It doesn't sound good to
No.
me, but I can imagine like if an ad for a skin popped up in the middle of a round in
Yeah.
Counter-Strike and I was in the middle of flicking an
So
off
it's right
shot
at
or
the start.
something.
Yeah,
of
like
the game
imagine
when
you're
you're buying items.
looking
Even
through
that.
your gear. Like I'm sifting through my wheel to look for Kevlar, and it's like on the side is a big pink bar that says like, "Hey, buy this thing."
Yeah, see, that would be a
That's
major
so
bummer.
dumb.
I'd be upset. I'd be pretty
I just don't
upset.
like things happening like that in game.
No, it's like, and this has got to be them testing the waters to see like how will the community respond to in-game purchases, like mid-match purchases.
It doesn't matter how much we're angry about it. It just matters how much money they're making. on it.
Exactly, and I'm sure they're making tons of money. And like I want to buy one of those gems.
I'm gonna talk about one of the positives of this event.
Yes, because there are
'Cause
positives.
we're all like,
Yeah, because I'm actually
Despite
having a
this,
great
we
time.
are actually enjoying it.
Yes, because PA is picked so often, I now know so much about that character and like which lineups you should run against it, who to combo with it, what kind of items
Omni
to get. Omni PA is like the flavor, like everyone does that in Dota. It's like the flavor of the month. Like, oh, these heroes are great right now, and so you see it everywhere. Yes, Omni PA is like stupid good, especially if you don't counter anything, if you don't work against it. But yeah, it's like great playing PA all these different times and seeing like, okay, she matches up against this carry, like not so hot, or like after 50 minutes, Void's probably gonna kill you anyway, or like. I really like that. I like knowing so much about that hero.
And it is a good learning experience because this is a hero that a lot of people have for a long time thought was like incredibly overpowered because she can evade attacks and she doesn't show up on the map as one of her passives. It's things like that. right?
Passive?
Yeah. It's a passive ability.
If you're
that-
far away from her, she won't show up on your map. So if she's pushing a lane, you'll look on your map and see no hero icon in that lane.
It's called Blur, right? That
Yeah.
ability,
Yeah,
and that's the one that also like it physically makes her more transparent, right?
So in
little
Dota
bit.
1, it actually made her like
Invisible.
75% more
yeah,
transparent.
that's
in this,
or
it just
whatever.
makes her like she's kind of ghosting.
She's
Like,
kinda
there's
ghosting.
another one on top of her.
Because I was gonna say in original Dota she was also OP,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
in original Dota she was just at max at level whatever 3-4. I don't know
Just
what it
this
is.
invisible.
She was
torrent of
you could just
violence.
see her shadow on the ground.
No, she's actually she's always easy to see if you're looking.
You will never
at her.
not
Okay.
know she's there.
Okay.
And then she'll explode
Yeah.
you with 1500 damage.
Correct.
Yeah.
With that, those one-hit crits.
So no, I'm enjoying it, but I've always respected Dota, and this isn't a knock on League, but like I don't like having to buy champions. I don't want anything to do with that, and like I've always loved Dota for that. So
You
I
have
don't
to
want them
buy
to keep.
champions.
Yeah,
In-
in
with
League.
in-game
Well, I mean, like-
currency, or you can use.
What happens if I refuse?
You just play the free
You play,
rotation,
yeah,
just
there
play
are
the
10
free
in
rotation.
rotation.
or you
this
play a
week.
lot and get the right
the
bucks or whatever they're called.
influence points?
Yeah, so IP. So it's like you get
See,
IP.
this is too much for me to jump into with like that. Like, can it just be like that's my mindset on competitive gaming is like, can it just be the game, and then the game is the
That's
game.
what Dota has been. Is like everyone.
Yeah.
Even you'll have all the heroes. There are no points to allocate for like passive things. It's just all out for you, and I love that. And I don't want them to go away.
And that's the interesting thing about all this, right? Is we're complaining about how this event. That sounded really Canadian. We're complaining about how this event is affecting Dota in a negative way. However, we're still enjoying it. We like
there
the
are
contrast.
positives to it.
We like the objectives. We played so much. You especially, like we've been specifically like, let's get Brian wins so that he can get his Arcana leveled up, so that his Arcana PA has like sweet flame blades that level up.
I did
over
it.
time.
I'm max level. I've won 34 games of Dota in about 9 days, and you win
My
about
God.
half the games you play.
Yeah.
So it's been
let that sink
disgusting.
in.
Are the benefits for having a max level Arcana PA?
Completely
Cosmetic.
physical.
Everything in
okay.
Dota is cosmetic, and that's the thing, right? Like the
Same
way
thing for
Valve
Cisco, yeah.
must sustain this game, which has heroes infinite heroes for free forever is that they have to be doing things like the Arcana. Like they need big prestige purchases that you want to purchase. And why would you want to purchase it if it was purely cosmetic? Like the Shadow Fiend set came out, and it was like, well, he's like more on fire than usual. Cool. This one is giving you an incentive along with like, hey, if you buy this, you are helping you and your friends earn items.
That's
also,
cool.
you can level it up.
Also, it just adds a little bit more of an RPG element to it. It's like you can pick and choose. Let's say we're in the future now and there's more arcanas for different characters. Like it's not just PA.
Yes.
I mean, ideally, right, there would be one for every character, and I have the choice of being like, well, I don't play PA all that much. I'd rather work on my, what's he called in that game? Faceless Void? That's the hero.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Not Dark Terror.
Yeah, I forget which ones are. I still call them by their old names. You know?
Malfurion? What's
Yeah.
he called now?
That's exactly the thing.
Yeah.
Furion, man.
Nakes. They picked
Nakes. But yeah, it would
still
be really cool
I
because
call
then
it
you can
Furion.
tailor, like you can choose the heroes that you want to look coolest for you.
Yeah.
Because let's say you play support more often or whatever. That's cool. And then by then, hopefully it won't change the gameplay all that much because you won't have one person choosing the same hero.
Yeah,
over
this
and
is
over
a
again.
long-term thing. Like Brian is now invested. Like he's played a live PA. He's got this leveled up set. It looks awesome. You'll have that forever. Every time you ever play PA, you will look like that, and you will have awesome swords.
I want to see the set. It's really cool.
It's
I'll
very
show you.
cool. The also other positive thing about it is you don't have to play it in ranked. If you're
Yeah.
playing ranked, it's disabled, and so it's not.
So if you want to play pure Dota, like you just go to ranked.
Yeah, so it's only on unranked things, which is I think a good thing to have.
How do we
I-
make pub games worse?
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. But I just felt again, as I disliked it because I was like, all right, this isn't Dota anymore. I'll come back when Dota's done. But then I ended up playing a bunch of games.
Total
anyway,
side
it was still
note.
great.
Do you guys, when you guys play together, do you usually play ranked?
When applicable, we play with a lot of people who are significantly better than us, so their MMR is way high, and you can't queue in a ranked game with people with a gap in their MMR from yours. But if like me, James, Brian, and a couple of our friends are playing, like yeah, we'll go into ranked just because quality of play is better, quality of opponents is better, and there's bans, picks and bans.
And raging is with people that you know, so you can punch them in person.
That also, I played 3 unranked games today. Every single one of them ended with abandons. Every single one.
See, that was a huge bummer in original Dota. Can't remember there ever being a game that someone didn't leave.
There was no punishment for leaving.
Yeah, and then same in Heroes of New Earth, which I migrated to for a long time. This is before Dota 2
Yeah,
was
well,
out.
Han was
even.
Dota 2 before Dota 2. It's like,
Yeah,
here's
I
this better
still
looking
think
thing.
I
with
still
this
think
same
Heroes
map.
of New Earth is super cool.
Yeah, I have a lot of friends.
Well,
that tell
Dota
me
2
to
is
keep
stealing
playing.
from it now.
Well, I mean, yeah,
is
now
great.
it's outdated, but back before Dota 2, it was like the thing, right? Because it was basically Dota, except with 1 or 2 extra crazy
I
heroes that
love
were
the
unique.
weird, stupid MOBA family tree.
Oh yeah,
That just makes no sense.
so
and
weirdly
lives on
incestuous.
itself.
I was
Yeah.
looking at designers on original Dota and just where they have gone and what they're doing now. It's very weird.
Yeah.
Like
James's tiny mic makes me happy.
That's really
He has to lean in and crouch.
also, it's just really wobbly. So I'm trying to move it and it's
touch
just
it.
like
Don't touch
wobble,
it.
wobble, wobble.
I played some Heroes of the Storm over the weekend. I kind of like that.
That's a cool game.
Yeah, it's super objective based.
Hots.
It's completely.
The
Yeah,
hots.
hots. I don't like that because then I think of heals over time.
the couple times I've played it, I just didn't feel like. I felt like it was too slow. Like,
Yeah, I don't feel powerful in that game at all.
Yeah, I feel like I'm stumbling around. Even
You're kind of chipping away at everything.
yeah, I can't tell you how many times I escaped with a sliver of life and was like, I can go back. I don't feel I can walk in there again and not get shot in the face.
See, I think that's kind of interesting though, because most MOBAs are the same that way. You lose 75% of your health. You're like, if I go back in, if I engage, I will die.
Yeah.
In Heroes, I feel safer engaging, at least in staying in my lane. Like, I can't fight Diablo, but I can totally clean up this lane and be safe. It's nice that it's not super fast, but it is more involved. You're not TPing home as much. You're not dying as often, and I like that. It's different anyway.
I just didn't feel powerful. In when I was leveling up and I hit max level, whatever it was. I didn't feel like I could just nuke someone. And I don't
Yeah.
know if that was the character I was playing, but in League, you hit 18 and you're close to a full build.
Yeah.
I can wipe you off the map.
Same thing in Dota.
It's
you
been-
just get certain heroes with burst damage, and it feels good to just be like, nope, you're
Yeah.
gone.
It's been a while since I played the game, so it may have changed significantly since. But I felt upon playing it for the first time that it was really trying to distill what's happening in those big team battle fights from Dota and League of Legends and expand it over a longer game, right?
Yeah.
Again, trying to make it more of a game of inches, but a game of inches that lasts the whole time.
Yeah.
So that those 1 or 2 chance encounters in lane or when you get really low health aren't as significant. They're just more significant as like a whole. I don't know. It's just not like I like that. I like the idea of that, and it needed to be that way because it couldn't have been just another Dota or another LoL. It wouldn't be nearly as like.
You're not going to beat those companies.
Yeah, you can't exactly. Like they've already done it. Why would you do it again? Even if you have Blizzard characters. So I admire them for trying it. It's just not fast enough for me.
I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that they intentionally try to avoid having it be a game where one player can snowball and carry the whole team.
Right.
They want it to be very equal. That's why like you share experience and there's no gold or items.
I don't know if I like it yet. I don't hate it.
No, I mean it's something that I don't play regularly, but I find it to be like an amusing distraction.
Just like Smite. Like I enjoyed Smite.
Yeah.
Enjoyed playing Smite.
Speaking of Smite, brilliant segue you didn't know I was going to make.
No, I did it on purpose.
We have 10 codes that I want to give away for a new hero whose name I am now looking up, and I wish I came prepared.
Not Aushin. I think that's a
That's a league one. It was like Ao Sung?
Ao Kang.
Okay. Yeah.
This is a Smite hero that I've never heard of. We have 10 codes to give away on IGN Arena for
10?
that character.
For the
So
champion?
for
Or?
the champion, yeah, you just get the dude. I think
That's
I
awesome.
think he's new anyway.
Free dude codes.
Free dude codes.
Yeah.
This
There
is
we
your
go.
free dude code of the week. We have 10 of them.
That's
so
amazing.
Yep.
I love that. That's totally our.
Yeah.
That's
Free dude
absolutely
code
the
of the
name of the
week.
segment. Free dude codes. I'm gonna write this down before I forget. So please vamp.
Free
Free
dude code
dude
of the week.
codes.
It's like going to the bar, right? Get some phone
Jesus.
numbers.
How many codes?
10 codes.
We have
free dude codes.
10 free dude codes. I figure all we need from you, if you want to win a code, is just email us. arenapodcast@ign.com. Just send us a question and tell us that you want a code. That's it. We just want more emails. We want to start reading more letters. Start
getting
giving us more
lonely.
suggestions. God, we're so alone.
It could be a story. It doesn't have to be a question.
Why do you think we're bringing Finnegan? We got a 5th chair because nobody will talk to us.
We're talking
Yeah.
about shooters on the
Yeah,
Arena
oh my
podcast
God.
now.
Where
Even
are
if
we?
you're into shooters, send them over.
talking about shooters on our Dota show. You'll get so mad that we only talk about Dota. So
And
thank you for
League.
coming.
Yeah.
My pleasure. I'm glad to be here. If you ever want to talk Counter-Strike, I will
Yeah, I
chat
think
up
we're-
your ear about
StarCraft,
that.
and I know you're also
And
into WoW,
StarCraft,
right?
yeah.
Or were.
I played too much WoW.
Yeah.
You playing Draenor?
Too much.
I
No,
li-
I'm not.
I think if anyone plays WoW, you always
No,
play too
I
much.
I looked at my days
deliberately
played.
no. So this is the thing: is like I've deliberately underplay, or I deliberately when people ask me about WoW, and they are like, "Oh, well, you played it really hardcore. Like, how much
Yeah,
did
I
you play?"
played a
I
lot of
deliberately subtract 100 days from my playtime, just so I don't like out myself as
What?
the
It's like,
biggest
oh,
nerd
I
in the
only
world.
played 300 days. Thankfully, they don't know. It's 400. Just tell them. Just tell
Yeah.
them.
Well, see, that's the
Own it.
thing. Yeah. So I played way too much in college, and then when I quit for good, and I never came back because I knew that's a game you don't win, man. It's
Yeah.
great. If I had to pick like my top favorite 10 games of all time, it would certainly be on the list. But now I definitely have like a love-hate
See,
relationship with
James
it.
and I over Black Friday
resubbed.
bought. James
Resubbed.
resubbed.
Yeah.
I bought WoW because it was every
playing.
WoW up until Pandaria for $5.
That's a great deal.
That's a term we. Oh, the guy resubbed.
Also,
Yeah. It's
I
like you got
read-
rehooked on heroin.
But it's like I have an objective. Like James and I are playing. We're gonna sub specifically to be like, okay, our goal is to start at 90, to reach 100, and to see through Draenor. That's it. Like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go back.
I'm not gonna raid.
fight the Lich King. I'm not gonna go see through all the Cataclysm stuff or Pandaria. Like I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah.
I just want to see Draenor.
I'm only going to do it once. I'm only going to take one hit of this.
Like I'm going to hit 100. I'm going to finish Draenor, and I'm going to unsub and return in 2 years when the new expansion comes out.
Then it made me level from 1 to 100.
See, I think
Then I'll make a Tauren Hunter and start over.
with that game, I actually think I read an article, maybe on IGN. I can't remember. On
I've heard
IGN or
of that
Reddit.
site.
It's one of those two sites because those are the only two sites I visit.
yeah.
About the latest expansion, Draenor,
Yeah.
increasing WoW subs by 2.1 million.
Yep, that was
That's
IGN
a
period.
huge number.
2.6 actually.
Massive.
2.6, yeah.
Yeah.
I knew it was 2 something. That's I mean, granted, every once in a while we run an article like X 100,000 subs lost. You know, the game is 10 years old,
Yeah.
almost 11 now. Like we're getting to that point where some people who even the most die-hard of fans are starting to like lose their taste. It's
Or
just
getting
dated.
married, having kids. Like,
Yeah,
having
life's
other things
changed.
to
The
do.
landscape's changed.
Yeah.
But to gain that huge of a number back in like kind of one fell swoop, like that's
awesome.
That's awesome, right?
So good for Blizz.
Yeah.
For me, it was if you pre-order, you get the free level 90. I was like, done. That's all you need to tell me.
Yeah, that's what stopped me and my friends from like coming back. I never came back, but them in the past was like, you know, we had back in the day. It was the cool thing to do to like raid super hardcore, get all of the best gear, and then sell your character when you were quitting the game. And you could back in the day when you were doing like Burning Crusade and Wrath of the Lich King, you could feasibly get a couple hundred. I sold my mage for $800 back in the day.
Jesus.
I met someone else recently that said they sold their account for like $700.
Yeah, back it was Burning Crusade. I had full full raiding gear.
Got that-
it was
got that
crazy.
leveled up Arcana.
But you never wanted to come back because even when the new expansions were released, because you knew you would have to do that 1 to 60 or 1 to 70 grind again. And then like now they're doing these insta levels or insta jump to basically you can
Recruit
start
a
where the new
friend.
content is.
You
Like,
can pay for a 90.
yeah, that's
And
awesome.
I will do that because I don't care.
Yeah, it's $60 versus how many hours of your time?
Well, this is what I'm saying is like I can totally see why 2.6 million people were like, that's a great deal. I'm back in
Yeah.
because that's super cool.
That's all it took for me.
We should get out of here. It's the end of the day.
Yeah, it is.
We all want to go home and play Dota and Counter-Strike and League of Legends. So we are going to leave you. Thank you again for watching, listening, however you consume this nonsense that we do.
Arena Podcast
Arena
at
Podcast at IGN.com.
For your free
Subscribe.
dudes.
For your
dudes.
Free dude codes.
codes.
Free dude codes.
YouTube.com/IGN-Arena. Subscribe there. You get these podcasts among other MOBA and esports related videos. Is that it? Is that all we need to promote for this
That's all we
show?
got.
Yeah. Go watch some esports.
Go watch some esports.
Seriously,
Listen
go
to
watch
Jim.
some esports.
Again, go watch the finals of DreamHack because it's great.
And I am this weekend.
Yeah.
I am San Jose. We're going to be there. Be in touch. Come see us. Come hang out. Come talk about esports with us. Thank you for watching. I think that was IGN Arena episode 18. Might have been 19. Probably 18. We'll be back next week for whatever show we do next week. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Bye, Leah.
Bye, Leah.